Hello students, today we will see the strategic planning of food cost and quality food service in catering management. Nutritional support forms part of the holistic care of clients in health establishments. The purpose and function of food service management is to provide appropriate, good quality, safe, wholesome and nutritious meals, snacks and beverages to all clients in health establishments as well as correlational services facilities, welfare facilities and school hostels. Good food service management should ensure meals that are acceptable and adequate in quality and quantity to clients in public organizations. Under normal circumstances, good nutritional care consists of supplying a normal diet that furnishes the nutritional, psychological and aesthetic needs of clients. Cost control may considerably influence the effective running of food service units. The main objective of cost control is to ensure that a food service unit stays within the limits of an approved budget. Staff responsible for the management of food service units should have a sound knowledge of all processes and tasks performed in the food service unit. They will then be able to monitor activities to ensure appropriate cost and waste management. An appropriate record system should be in place in all the food service units. Quality control has been defined as those operational techniques and activities that ensure the quality of a product or service in order to satisfy given needs. A standardized monitoring tool should be used to assess the performance of a specific food service unit against the norms set out in the policy. Food service. Catering facilities include hostels, hotels, restaurants, bars, canteen in the hospitals, nursing homes, creches or any business that provides food to the public. Each catering facility will have a kitchen. Food cost and quality control in these kitchens are a very important part of catering facility success. Commercial kitchens must be efficiently managed to be profitable. The popularity of television shows about running commercial kitchens has led to an increase in the number of people considering careers in the culinary trade. The people also face the challenges of running a commercial kitchen. Commercial kitchens must produce consistent food products quickly, efficiently and cost effectively. To operate successfully, commercial kitchens need some key elements: an experienced manager to oversee a team of dedicated staff, a team that knows its responsibilities and works diligently to fulfill them, professional grade commercial appliances and equipment, management of food costs to ensure profitability, quality control cycles, managing food costs. Food service and cost control. Cost control may considerably influence the effective running of food service units. The main objective of cost control is to ensure that a food service unit stays within the limits of an approved budget. Staff responsible for the management of food service units should have a sound knowledge of all processes and tasks performed in the food service unit. They will then be able to monitor activities to ensure appropriate cost and waste management. An appropriate record system should be in place in all the food service units. The use of computerized system is time effective and ensures the data is more readily available than in a handwritten system. Computerized costing system may also be more reliable and accurate than handwritten systems and can provide a host of valuable information to the food service manager or dietitian. If control over food costs is to be maintained effectively, attention should be paid to menu planning, procurement procedures and the storage, preparation and serving of food. Food service cost control measures should take the following into consideration: the procurement procedures, number of clients served per day, food production and service records, receiving, storage, issuing and inventory control, standardization of portions and serving wastes, meals served to employees, food cost reports, menu pattern and type of food purchased, operational and other running costs. Food costs are the cost or price the business pays for the raw ingredients purchased. These ingredients are used to make the dishes the company provides. Ideally, this works out as a percentage of total cost for producing the food. Here are some tips to consider when looking at food costs and quality control cycles. Making the best use of kitchen space. Make the best practical use of kitchen space as well as complying with health and safety and building code requirements. For the operation of commercial kitchens, you must ensure that the kitchen is set up to make best use of space and equipment available. This is known as workflow. Speak with the kitchen staff and get their observations and recommendations. If they have worked in the kitchen for any length of time, they will know its pros and cons and will have ideas for improving it. Do a kitchen inventory. Carry out an equipment inventory. Make sure you know exactly what equipment is in the kitchen and whether it works efficiently or not. If you have a number of items that need to be replaced, shop around commercial equipment wholesalers for the best prices. Consider leasing rather than purchasing expensive ovens, stoves and refrigeration units. It is important that everyone knows their specific duties and responsibilities and to whom they answer. From the head chef to the dishwashing staff, treat everyone equitably, firmly and fairly. Make your expectations clear and ensure that all members of staff are aware of the consequence of poor performance. Review your products. Whatever the kitchen produces, be it a high-end restaurant menu, meals for hospital patients or food products for retail sale, the quality must be consistent. Ensure that the head chef and chefs are all familiar with the recipes and processes required to produce your signature products. This will lead to good cost control. Make sure staff always keep to best before and use by dates. This can prevent food poisoning and loss of money due to spoilage and decay. Control spending on raw ingredients. Tightly control expenditure on raw ingredients. The profitability of a kitchen depends on purchasing quality ingredients at best prices and using those ingredients most efficiently. A profitable restaurant typically generates a 28 to 35% food costs. Coupled with labor costs, these expenses consume 50 to 75% of total sales. A commercial kitchen's profit margins are slim. You must control what is ordered, how it is used and prevent waste and theft. Research your competitors and keep ahead of culinary trends. Try to attend trade events and shows to get ideas and to compare your products to what is currently popular. Identify niches that are currently underserved in your location. If yours is a city full of steak houses, you may want to specialize in fish. Discuss ideas with your team and encourage their suggestions. Food costing. There are several methods used for managing costing in kitchens: batch costing, process costing, operation costing and multiple costing. Batch costing. This method determines the cost associated with each batch of product manufactured. Production batches consist of mostly standard products or components. What vary mostly are the size of batches and the time of their processing. Process costing. In this process costing method, the costs are determined for various different manufacturing activities or processes. These costs are then assigned to different products on the basis of some criteria like quantity processed or the time taken for processing. This method of costing is suitable for manufacturing units that use continuous processes or mass production techniques. It is particularly suitable where there are many different products and process routes where output of one process becomes input for another. Operation costing. It covers the day-to-day costs of running a kitchen. These are called overheads. These include, among others, heating, electricity, gas, wages, or insurance. Multiple costing. Most organizations use a combination of different costing methods rather than just one method. Multiple costing refers to combinations of different costing methods. Coming to quality food service. Quality control has been defined as those operational techniques and activities that ensure the quality of a product or service in order to satisfy given needs. A standardized monitoring tool should be used to assess the performance of a specific food service unit against the norms set out in the policy. The following procedures should be carried out regularly to maintain the quality of food service. One is the inspection of food stock, control of receiving procedures, storage control, control over issuing of stock, production control, portion control, hygiene control, food preparation, serving control, menu control, temperature control of all food, and equipment control. The staff that is responsible for quality needs assessment is dietitians, food service managers, food service supervisors, and storekeepers. The goal of food service institution is the maintenance of acceptable standards of food preparation that will result in a product of high quality served in the best condition and manner possible. The prerequisites for the attainment of the above goals are knowledge of meal planning, about the food selection, preparation, service, coherent thinking, clear-cut organization, successful personal direction, cost control, wise planning of layout and selection of proper equipment. In food preparation, quality control relates to the entire process of managing the food service from delivery of goods to the finished product. Quality assurance guarantees that food meets a clear, consistent set of standards. At key stages in working with food, there should be quality control checks so staff and managers are alerted to any problems. The results of these checks are recorded. Checks can be done by hand or by computer. Next is the quality control checks, which includes food purchase, storage, transportation, processing quality control, sample checklist, weight checks, make sure food or ingredients are required weight, visual checks, make sure the food product looks the way it should, temperature checks, make sure the food product is being kept at appropriate temperatures, pH checks, make sure the food has a correct acidity and alkalinity. Microbiological checks, make sure bacteria are not at harmful levels. Chemical checks guard against chemical contamination. Metal checks guard against contamination by metals, usually at the packing stage using a metal detector. Organoleptic checks check flavor, texture and aroma by sampling the food product. Quality control processes, which includes many systems of control. These include a working hazard analysis critical control point system, food management system, which keeps up-to-date records at all times. A stock rotation system such as first in, first out, which makes sure that foods received or prepared first are used first. Organization chart, pest control program and cleaning program. Quality control in kitchens is a collective responsibility of all members of staff. Coming to food safety, it has received much attention from government and food related professional associations because of the potential health and economic impact of foodborne illnesses. Food safety is defined as the assurance that food will not cause harm to the consumer when it is prepared or eaten according to its intended use. Safe food may be defined as a food that is high in quality, which has been selected, prepared and served in such a way that it retains its natural flavor and identity. is nutritious and is free of unsafe bacteriological or chemical contamination. To provide safe food and prevent outbreaks of foodborne illness, the application of hazard analysis critical control point system programs is recommended. It is a system in which food safety is managed through the analysis and control of biological, chemical and physical hazards from raw materials production, procurement and handling to manufacturing, distribution and consumption of finished product. All organizations should ensure that all prerequisite programs are in place before a HACCP program is implemented. Regulations related to the application of hazard analysis critical control point systems should be used in this regard. All food service units should have written safety procedures and implement them. Hospital occupational health and safety committees should be consulted with regard to the safety of employees. The Occupational Health and Safety Act and regulations should be used as a guide. Department of Health does not consider pre-employment and routine medical examinations of food handlers to be cost effective or reliable in the prevention of foodborne diseases and does not recommend that health authorities have such examinations done. However, regular monitoring and surveillance by health authorities and management of food handling process is a critical and crucial element in the prevention of foodborne diseases. Guidelines for the management and health surveillance of food handlers should be used in this regard. Visitors to food service units, preparation or handling areas should wear protective clothing and adhere to other personal hygiene provisions in this policy. Food service equipment. The maintenance of a proper inventory of equipment, small utensils and appliances is essential in order to prevent the improper use of such equipment. In order to ensure the correct maintenance of equipment, an equipment operating manual should be available in all food service units. The maintenance and repair of equipment in food service units is the responsibility of the hospital's maintenance section. Maintenance records of each piece of equipment should be kept in food service unit. In order to ensure that outsourcing of the food service is done appropriately. To conclude, to have a quality food service, commercial kitchens should have these key elements, that is, the experienced manager to oversee a team of dedicated staff. A team should know its responsibilities and should work diligently to fulfill them. Professional grade commercial appliances and equipment should also manage the food cost to ensure profitability, quality control cycles and managing food costs. Quality control checks have to be performed in food purchase, storage, transportation, processing quality control sample checklist, weight checks, visual checks, microbiological checks, chemical checks, metal checks and organoleptic checks. So this is all about the strategic planning of food cost and quality food service. Hope you all have enjoyed this session. We'll see you in the next session. Thank you.